Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are the Carbonation Conversation, reviewing Paramount Plus Halo. Episode 3.
Emergence.
And if you like what you are hearing, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out our Instagram, Facebook, Podbean, and YouTube specifically. Although we do got a lot of more streaming places that you can hear us out there, but we're definitely just trying to focus on them. And don't forget to, as Ito told me before, ring that bell, right?
Yeah.
Ring that bell. And don't forget to check out Mo's descriptions in the descriptions below, I guess. So, last we checked, things are getting a little real. You know, we're getting a little bit more information. And quick thoughts. How did you enjoy this one?
It was pretty good. It's starting to build to me now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, you know, there's a lot of critics not really fond of the Halo show because I guess there are more people that already know the Halo story, so they just want to see straight action. Yeah, but they're doing this for people who don't play the game and all that. It's like straight from the beginning, and it's a little different from the actual game and cartoon shows that they had out in the past.
And like I said, even when I was playing the game, mostly with you, I didn't really pay attention to the story that much, or at least I don't remember it vividly. It's not like, lore to me. I was never into the story, like knee deep into the story and shit. So this is some good shit I'm getting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It often reminds me of, like Universal Soldier. I really drop that shit in repeatedly because that's what it kind of feels like. But as we start talking about this particular episode, please let me know if I'm kind of butchering her name. Is it Micah or Mika? Maki?
Maki.
Okay, Maki. This is basically her origin scene.
Yeah, it's kind of starting off. Yeah.
She's
first off, Happy New Beer.
Oh yeah, Happy New Beer. Still with the birthday beers over here. We
Heineken today
with some Heineken.
So yeah, they're on the planet of Oban, and this is where Maki was from.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it was like a salvage colony.
Yeah,
like
it looked like that was
trash.
Exactly.
So there's another child reading a book, Dawn of the Angels, and reading it to her. Really, that's a book that she still has.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the one thing she kept from that time.
Yeah.
And they talk about even ideas of other planets and stuff. Then some security catches them, kills the little boy.
Yes, beats the shit out
I'm like,
him.
what the hell? I'm like, that was so unexpected to me.
They do kiss, which was cute. So at least he got a little kiss in before he died, right? I mean,
I was just like, what the hell? Then the Covenant show up.
And basically, it looks like they kill everybody, or they're, in the process of killing everybody while looking for
they have some kind of staff,
specific.
and it's like they're following it, and it takes them to Maki, and they basically take her.
And you hear them having a conversation. One of them was just like, oh, it's behind her. And he's like, no, I think this is what, we're looking for.
Right.
So
you could either say they took her or they saved her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it. You know?
Especially since, she was just, her boyfriend just died a couple of seconds ago. So I guess you can say 100%, you're right about that. So we can see, especially when she talks to him later in the scenes. And this is what I wanted to ask you going into, because I know obviously we've been doing the scene by scene thing, but do you just want to talk about her story? It wasn't a lot.
I mean, it wasn't,
Yeah. Basically, she ends up invading a fucking cruise ship. She basically sends out a signal.
Right.
And she's basically telling them, hey, I'm the only one here. We got wrecked. We're dying. Basically like an alien invasion. Everybody's dead. They say, okay, we're going to send a pod to you. Let's go. Basically, don't take any weapons. Man, she opens the door and it was like tremors.
Yeah,
I was like, ah! Those goddamn worms. Like, if worms were that big, brother, could they do that? And she basically just wipes out the entire crew, and she barely even gets any information while she's doing
because
it.
they didn't have the information she needed.
Yes.
So it was like all that for nothing in a way.
Yeah, and one of the things that I did peep that she was saying, she was just like, you humans, you know, you're so like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I haven't been around you in a while. You're so fucking annoying. Or she, you know, she says some shit like that, and I'm just like, damn, I know you're the blessed one, just like John, but you don't consider yourself.
Yeah, they even tell her like the people that the
high charity,
the high charity
yeah.
people. Yeah, they even told her like, what if you encounter Chief? You know what I mean? Like threw that in her head, and it was just like.
And I did see how she killed the captain. Like she put something through her fingers, like a laser.
She has a laser, like her nail or something.
Yeah. I was like, can John do some shit then? That was what I was more interested in.
I feel like that's some Covenant shit.
You think so? I was like, oh shit. Cause I was like, man, I wonder, do John have special abilities too? That's all I was thinking. Obviously, we know when we touch the artifact.
I mean, yeah. I don't know about that, but he's got superpowers.
Oh well, yeah, that is true. He is the Master Chief. And basically, she is heading towards Madrigal. She contacts the High Charity. She's like, hey, I didn't find shit here. I'm off to Madrigal.
Yeah, because that's where they found the first object.
Exactly. So I just at least wanted to get that out of the way. It was like a 2-minute story, but
my notes are mixed up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But Maki is, you know, she is on a fucking mission, and she does not seem to have any remorse against her own people and race because of what it seems like how they treated her. So now we go to Miranda and the Admiral talking, and she is actually dissecting the artifact for the first time.
Right.
You see Miranda is super excited and geeked as fuck. And then
it says over 100,000 years old.
Yes.
The era of the Forerunners, it said.
Mm-hmm. You wanna go from here? Because I was about to take a beer. Happy New Beer.
No, yeah, basically it was the era of the Forerunners and activation of Halo.
Yes.
Basically.
And then the Admiral, I don't know if she kind of slips up, but she was just like, I don't know if she tells her about the bigger weapon. Doesn't she tell her about the bigger weapon? Because she also tells her that what's his face is no, I'm sorry. They're just discussing the weapon, and the Admiral is like, I want to create a separate team.
Yes, I want you to be in charge of trying to find a way to open this up or whatever, and I want to be less reliant on Halsey.
So I like how the Admiral's playing the game. Yeah. Even Miranda's like, oh.
And then remember, I did make a mistake the last one, thinking the Admiral was the mother of Miranda
because she looks,
you would think
very similar.
But of course, Dr. Halsey is.
Yeah, and so it is interesting. Miranda looks like she is about to get a little upgrade in her position sometime soon as they try to phase Dr. Halsey out. At least that's what it seems like.
So we go to Dr. Halsey's lab where she's prepping the Cortana project.
Yes, and I did not know what flash cloning meant until now. Apparently that means, at least in their world, I don't know if that's the same definition in this world, but it means creating another human being to harvest their organs.
Yes.
Is that ethical in your personal point of view?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I just at least was curious.
The movie The Island, remember?
Yes. Oh, I fucking remember that movie. Yeah. That movie was awesome, by the way.
It was pretty damn good. But yeah, no, it's pretty messed up, you know. And then you see, as the show goes on, Dr. Halsey has like no remorse, emotion, you know what I mean?
I love it that you mentioned that, because she even talks to the pre-Cortana, and she's just like, hey, do you remember when you were thinking if you could ever clone someone who looks like you from your memories and then be able to go through that process in killing this being? Because now that the being's alive, she's like, well, shit, I don't want to die. Like, you can see that the fucking being is just like, well, I wasn't sitting on this side of the table because a second ago I was you.
Right.
Now she's like, fuck this. But Dr. Halsey is just like, progress is the reason.
Yeah, she has perfected the process for real-time neuroelectronic imaging.
Yes, and so basically it's just like putting, I guess in layman's terms, putting her essence and her spirit inside John? AI?
Well, that's what it is. They just taking her brain and putting it in the program.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's going to have basically her knowledge and stuff like that, but it has Cortana, basically supercomputer, knows everything.
Yes.
Mixed with her emotion and all that, compromising. You know what I mean? It's not just a computer.
Yeah.
It has emotion and You know,
can
stuff
think
like
for
that. Can think
itself,
for
as
itself
we
and for
see
you. Right.
later in the episode. Because I'm just like, Cortana don't look like she about this life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in John,
and it
shit
is
like
the same
that.
voice as the video game for Cortana,
Yes.
which is pretty cool.
And so we see is the process about to start.
Yeah,
because I
she
don't wanna
basically
jump.
convinced John
Yeah.
to go through it.
He don't want to go.
He really didn't
he's
want
like,
to. at
why
first,
even do this?
Right.
And she's just like,
She
hey,
gave
this
some
is gonna
bullshit
help
reason,
us,
right.
you know, with the artifact memories, yada yada yada. And then they go through the process.
Right.
You even feel bad for the girl because the girl is like on the table when she asks the doctor. The guy's like, "Will it hurt?" And he's just like, "You will." What he say? He's like, "You will move mountains for generations to come." Bitch, I didn't ask you
Right.
that. Will it hurt? They put the goddamn needle straight through the girl's eye.
Yeah.
Instantly done.
Was this the episode that he tried to kiss her, or was that the last one?
I think it was this one. Was it after she was dead?
No, it was before.
It was before
Yeah.
that. Oh, I think I think it was.
I don't know, but it was just,
Yeah.
that was tripped out. I don't know
And
if you
he's
mentioned it.
creepy ass
Yeah, he
motherfucker
is.
anyway. Happy New Year, you dirty bastard. And as the process is successful, and again,
And it does require the clone to be awake while doing it. That's what made it even worse.
man, that is just some fucking brutal shit, man. And
Yeah, chip is installed in John. At the same time, you see the clone's body being destroyed. Just kind of tripped out too.
yeah, just like it's
Cortana,
leftovers,
yeah.
nothing.
Cortana comes online, and her first words are, "When the game is over, thinking, and the pawn goes back into the same box." Oh, that's what it. When the game is over. Dang, I can't even remember. I can't even read my notes.
Yeah, when the game is over, the pawn goes back into
Basically,
the same box.
something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. Whoa, shit! I didn't even know she said that in the beginning. I mean,
Yeah.
when she popped up.
Yeah, those
Okay.
basically words spoken to Dr. Halsey by her mother. So that's just basically a memory of hers coming out. Her first word was a memory of Dr. Halsey.
Oh, man, this AI type shit. And one thing, Cortana, you know, she's like, hey, how you doing, Dr. Halsey? Introduce each other. She asks her to access part of the database in John's head about the artifact. But before Cortana even goes there, she's like, wait a minute, I can't access. Like, I feel like I'm blocked.
Yeah.
Here, I'm like 75% full control right now. Why? What's up with this? And we see Halsey is just like, hey, I don't know how you would interact with the artifact. I don't know how John would interact with this artifact. So from right now, I am going to, block you on some certain things. And we really see Cortana like, she has a mind of her fucking own. She's like, well, I wasn't programmed to do that. Like, this is
Exactly.
what I was programmed to do. So she's already
That's right.
responding
Exactly.
to Halsey. Almost like Halsey-ish.
It is
you know what I'm saying?
It is her personality. kind of
Yeah.
thing anyway.
And so one of the things that was tripped out to me is as we quickly, like super quickly, jump to Quan and her scene. And if you want to, I don't want to fuck you up on the notes again, but her scene was pretty brief as well.
Yeah.
She basically, Quan has Arya syndrome.
Yeah.
She wants to get back home and kill all her
restless
enemies.
and wants to return.
And
right.
I totally understand where she's coming
And
from, but at
she's
the same
annoying
time,
the hell out of me.
bro, I remember when you were telling me how you was annoyed at old boy from Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But this one, and I'm trying to relate
Exactly,
because
but
dad
it's like
died.
you're a child.
And
How you gonna
again,
fight
like,
an
what do
army?
You,
Like, what do
do you
you
have
know?
some power that Maki has or
Yeah,
some
right,
shit, bro?
it's
Like, you know what I'm saying? Help us understand. But Soren is just like, no, I'm not about to risk my life, my future, and probably the future of my people on your ass when everybody's fucking dying. So the only way she can convince this motherfucker to do it is money.
Yes.
Basically. And he straight tells her, like, I'm getting my money one way or another. I'm going to let you know. So if your people ain't got this money, I'm turning your ass in, even though I don't think he would do it.
Right.
But I understand. So I at least wanted to clear Quan's story because the bulk of the story really is about Cortana mixing with John. Back at the base, they want to rev it back up so they touch the artifact again. Now, what's so fucking crazy to me about this whole Cortana shit? Stasis.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really? Like, you can just snap and freeze them now?
Yeah.
that is kind of fucking scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you mix in the AI with the human technology,
well, that's why that's the main
and,
reason she did it, and that's the main reason the admiral agreed to do it, because that's the way to control him.
Man, that is
just shut him off whenever you want,
bro.
You know? Yeah.
And so they do the stasis, and they're not picking up anything, but at the same time, he is experiencing more intense memories of what we can 100% agree is his childhood. Right. Don't know where it is, you know, and it's like you saw the movie The Ring. It's just images, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different images, father yelling, him, you know, looking at his mom, digging stuff, writing shit on the, you know, it's just a lot of shit. And Halsey just goes, you know what? Turn it off because we're not getting something. What we know is it's John, who's, I don't know what it's John that's setting this artifact off, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So
turning it on.
Yeah, turning it on, you know. So after that, John is just like, well, did you get anything? After all these, you know, all the memories he got, but he goes and sees his crew. And then Cortana pops back out again. Oh, no. We didn't even talk about the confrontation between John and Cortana the first time. That was very fucking awkward.
Oh, yeah.
John was just like, he's just like, what? Can I turn it off? Does she listen to my command? He's like, it's more like a partnership.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even when Halsey dismisses her again, she's just like, really, this is not what I signed up for. So I'm just like, man.
It's like she's always going to be there. Like, that's the thing now. You know what I mean?
And fast forward, like I was about to say, she meets the crew, and it's fucking awkward. AI down. Turn off now. And what is I'm gonna lean towards you. Is it Raya? The
Riz.
Riz.
You talking about the three?
Yes, the three.
It's Kai, Vonnegut, and Riz.
Is Riz the one who looks more interested in the spying, or is that?
No, that's Kai.
That's Kai.
Kai.
Okay, Kai.
Yeah, Riz is like the albino, I guess, looking with the spot. It was like high yellow. I don't know. Like she just looks kind of different. Like she ain't white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Kai's a white girl.
Okay, so and Kai seems, you know, she seems to be just like, you know, she just noticing this whole thing. Okay.
They're like she's playing some kind of memory game, and Vonnegut and Riz are playing 4D chess. And John meets the team. Cortana pops up, like you said. He's annoyed as hell.
And at this point, it seems like John is searching for a planet.
Yeah.
You know, you see him searching. Cortana's just like, hey, bro, like, I got you. Like, I can help you if you ask, basically.
Yes.
And, you know, so he starts giving her, you know, a couple of things, and she starts narrowing down his searching.
Yeah.
But what it comes down to is he realizes when he touched the artifact how he was able to feel.
Right.
For the first time in like fucking decades, I guess. Yeah. And Cortana describes to him it's because of I love how they say, I think it's hormonal pellet in the back. And so basically he's like, well, shit, I'm about to take this motherfucker out. Yeah. And Cortana, she's like dueling here.
Right,
she's
so
with him, and she goes to
Halsey, telling her what he's doing, and she's just like, let him do it.
Yeah. And she was like, I'd rather you see
build his trust up with her, basically.
It's like, I'd rather he think you're an accomplice than like a threat or something like that. Yeah, basically. And I'm sorry, Cortana, I'm gonna need you to be able to hold some physical shit, because even directed, I would be like, I can't do this.
It's different. You know, he's strong as hell.
Yeah, exactly. Don't feel no pain.
Right, don't feel the pain. His emotions aren't there 100%.
Pop that motherfucking pellet out with the quickness, and Riz is in the background. Look, I'm sorry. God damn it. Kai.
Yes,
it's Kai.
Kai is watching in the background.
It's so funny. George's son, his name is Kai. Nah, I'm never going to forget it. Kai is watching the background, and then we see John have what I can only describe as a spiritual awakening.
Like goes on a train and just watching human interaction.
Looking at the sky like he's high as shit. And he goes to see his show, goes to pet a dog, he's picking up some soccer balls, and then, correct me if I'm wrong, he starts to remember more. And
he wants to remember.
Oh, so
they go back.
Yeah. he goes back to get the artifact, and Cortana
he opens the
again,
door.
She goes to Halsey.
Yeah, because she opens the door.
Let him do it, and then boom. He remembers a hell of a lot more. Yeah. He thinks there is another artifact on this planet.
Yes.
And
because he sees himself drawing these things, and even his dad in there gets upset about the drawings.
Mm-hmm. And so he describes the planet a little bit more thoroughly to Cortana, and she's able to summon down the 3 planets, and one of those 3 is Eridanus 2. What the planet is called? Eridanus 2. I could be butchering that name.
Eridanus.
Okay. And basically,
which is John's homeworld.
Yeah. Yes, and she's like, and he's just like, how? That place isn't inhabited. She's like, well, let me tell you this story. It was once during the Reach for Life project. And the Reach for Life project, she basically seemed like it was what turned him into a Spartan. At least that's what it kind of seems like. It was like pre-Spartan school.
I mean, if you hear that, that's probably maybe what you're gonna think right away.
Yeah, at least that's what I assumed. You know what I mean? I that's what I saw. I was like, holy shit! So they was grooming these babies as as kids basically, as we even saw before the couple episodes ago.
So you know what? Let's take a shout out to Cortana.
We're trying to do. I don't want to say it's a new segment. I guess it is a new segment. We're trying to pick different actors for the show. As I fully explain, this ego takes the shot. We're trying to pick certain actors, certain characters in shows to put a shout out to, and I'll agree with you on that. Shout out to Cortana.
Yeah, it's the first time in the show. You know what I mean? Getting to know her, you see how she is. She's, like you said, in between both, but she still helps him at the end.
Mm-hmm. And so this is at this point where John goes to Halsey, and Halsey plays that shit off so well. Why did you take your pellet off? You went to go do what? John, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? She just like, oh my fucking. It's between her and old girl, the villain from. You remember when Heroes came back? You remember that female villain? So, top 2 female villains for me. She's one now, because I'm just like, Anyway, she's just like, John, I'm going to go with you. And her little assistant, oh boy, they head there. But oh boy does have a conversation with her. And he's just like, hey, you let him remove the pellet, you let him do this and this. Like, what if this motherfucker starts to remember the shit that actually went down, and it can apparently destroy us all. And then she hit it with that little last famous line, you know what I'm saying? Hit it with a little bit of that Triple H. I'm sorry. Got a little bit too excited there. That is what Cortana is for. And I'm just like, bro, this is not right. Why they go do my boy John like that? Right? They just go turn him off like he's not a fucking human being? God, I am so excited for the next episode. Did you have anything else to add there?
No, I think the way the show ended was what Quan tries to steal the ship.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then,
they both go.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Reach detects Maki's signal. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like how the show ends like that.
Yeah.
Kind of a cliffhanger, of course.
Yeah, so I feel like Soren Ass may end up dead because of Quan. I'm just going to say it. It's kind of setting it up like that. Obviously, the man want to go back home to his family. All that good shit. I really do worry about my brother Soren.
I don't know. I feel like they're using Soren as a reason why Quan's not just going to get killed for doing what the fuck she wants to do. I'm
hoping they're going to, he's going to show off his Spartan shit.
I feel like he's going to do some shit, save her ass a couple times, because if she go out there and alone, she just, theoretically should die. Yeah. You know what I mean? A child going against these evil people,
And they are reckless.
Exactly.
Like reckless. So I'm like,
evil. This is how she lives on until whatever happens, and she's gonna have a protector of Soren. That's my prediction.
Just please don't kill my brother Soren. I'm just saying. Come on, don't do that. I'm waiting for the other guy.
He's the black shocker.
It was so funny because I'm waiting for the other black guy, the Spartan group, to have a fucking personality. I ain't seen shit from you yet, bro. I know. I'm just nothing. I mean, the first episode, was it the first episode where he's like, oh, so you mean if anybody's going against the chick? I was like, yo, boy, nothing after that. What happened? sipping, but I digress.
Oh, just taking orders.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are the Carbonation Conversation. May I remind you, don't drink and drive.
Drink and vibe.
Peace. Love you.